Some people are upset with Chappell Roan saying she doesn't want to endorse a presidential candidate, and I think that she doesn't have to. But I think two things can be true at once. Her saying there are problems on both sides did automatically remind me of something that Trump said. There are very fine people on both sides when referring to one group that involves the KKK. So I think equating those parties as there's problems on both sides when, like, the problems that you have with liberals, I don't think conservatives would deal with those problems better. If anything, they would only have concepts of a plan for. And people know that. They know that the pragmatic thing is one thing needs to happen in order for anything else to get done. That is the logistical, practical truth. That may not be her truth. And when people are from the Midwest and their families are Republican, they have a very hard time attaching their identity to the other side, and that just is what it is. It's easier to move into obscurity and talk about, like, be able to equate things that are really actually crazy imbalanced. I never expected her to endorse anyone. I don't think she was ever giving that. She told people to vote small, which is something. Do I think she could have said something more helpful? Sure. I was listening to a podcast the other day that said the 2016 election was won by 538 votes in Florida or something like that. That's not big. That's not big enough to have time to fuck around with nuance. At this moment, we don't have time. We don't have time. And the implications of the group that the KKK votes for getting in office are too dangerous to be fucking around with words like both, in my opinion. And maybe they don't always understand the danger of equating language like both with parties that are literally supported by the KKK and their entire platform is racism via anti-immigration. Like, and people really think that's okay, and it does inflame and empower the racism throughout, even all through North America, not even just in the US. So, like, it's kind of like fucking around in crunch time. Do you know what I'm saying? But maybe it was taken out of context. And it's also not her responsibility to be, like, I guess that being said, you do see what happens when Taylor Swift does it. But Taylor Swift has been being Taylor Swift for a long time. So I don't know. I don't have a problem completely with the I didn't like the both. I thought it was it's not helpful rhetoric. The ending about voting and researching is helpful. So yeah, I don't know, but at the same time, I never expected her to endorse anyone at all. So it's not like I wasn't expecting that. Like, she was never giving that, in my opinion.